Paldea Evolved is our latest set coming out to the Pokemon TCG, and today I'm going to be telling you the perfect buy list of competitive cards to purchase. These cards are what I'll be personally purchasing to compete in the 2023 competitive season and moving forward. I'll talk about some of my picks, why I didn't pick some cards, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the ride. These videos take a lot of effort, so please, if you enjoy this kind of content, please like and comment and subscribe. That helps out the channel a ton. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Paldea Evolved. For those of you who are new, I usually categorize my picks into three categories. We have our must-buy cards, where I think I'm always going to buy for competitive play and for moving forward. We have our possible spicy picks, which could be good decks. Might not be. Who knows? We're just, trying it out for now. And then we have our It's a Trap. This category is cards that I'm probably not going to buy at all unless they get really good, because I don't believe in their power. That's a personal opinion. Now, granted, Pokemon cards have gotten significantly cheaper over the last couple sets, especially with Scarlet and Violet having ridiculously good pull rates for competitive players, so buy things sparingly again. In my must-buy set, we're kicking it off with the 4-3 Fortress line. I don't think you need a fourth copy of this Fortress, but you might. I just would pick it up because it's an interesting card. Being able to give up 2 prizes to put 5 grass energy on the board seems pretty mediocre at best, but I think there's probably some combo decks that could work with this very well. Just set up your board and just get, damage flow and board pumping. A very cool supporter that we're going to introduce later on makes it feasible to actually give up 2 prizes early. 4-4-3 Meowscarada line, because I think Meowscarada is another one of these EX Pokemon that has potential. It can do a ton of damage. The ability is very good and couples well with the attack, and the damage output from the deck seems very strong, and there are not very good fire types right now in the format that can actually one-shot this Pokemon. I think that's Wo-Chien. Wo-Chien is one I pick up 3 copies of. This card seems like a splashable tech in a lot of decks, as well as being able to find a mainstay in Lost Box variants, I think. I've seen a couple of lists floating around in Japan with this card, and it's become very, very, very good. And I think that this card could have a lot of potential moving forward, so I would just pick it up. Then we have the Skeledirge line, a 4-4-3 line as well. I think Skeledirge is one of the other attackers that could do a ton of damage and power it up. 2 fires is a little bit more difficult to power up than Meowscarada. It's just too colorless. But I think that still being able to power it up and start getting to where you need to be is a very reasonable attacker. 270 minus is a lot of damage. With a Choice Belt, you're hitting for 300, which is a pretty good number on a lot of Pokemon in this format. 270 also is a really good number on a lot of Pokemon in this format. So I think this is a really big damage dealer that I like. My personal card that I'm excited for a lot is this Baxcalibur line, 4-3-4. I would only pick up 3 of the middle line just because I don't think you need 4 Frigibacks ever. But I do like Baxcalibur a lot, and its ability is very, very strong. Fortune and Palatu pair along with our Baxcalibur, as well as pair into just, other random decks, just slot in, see what they can do. 3 copies of Luxray. I know you're thinking, hey, why aren't we playing Shinx or Luxio? The Luxray has an ability that says that if you're behind on prizes, you can just put this Pokemon down onto your bench, and the Luxray can be used with reversal energy to one-shot big threats like Lugia, and I really like this card for all of those purposes that I just stated. Most decks will never ever play more than 2 copies of this card, I don't think, but I would just pick up 3 just in case. I like to overbuy by 1 copy unless we're already buying 4. I think 2 copies of Spiritomb is very good. Again, I don't think any deck will play more than 1 copy, but if you want to really punish Mew and just shut down their abilities, I'd pick up 2. I think Tinglu has a lot of potential. This card's ability is really strong. The attack is really good. Just powering it up is a little bit difficult with the 3 fighting energies, but I think if we can make a Tinglu deck work, I think it can be very powerful, so I would pick up 4 of these. Pelipper has a really cool ability that it can, when you evolve, can get a support out of your discard or out of your deck. I think that's a very unique ability that could be very, very strong down the line. I think abilities like that have been very powerful at some point in the Pokemon TCG, so I would pick those up. Squawk ability is very good on the first turn. You can discard your hand, draw 6. Just a good card in general. I like the Squawk guy. I would pick up 3, maybe 4 even, but I think you never need more than 2 in a deck. And then usually my staple for picking up any trainer, support, or stadium special energy, I pick them all up. I pick up 4 copies of each. You never know what you're going to need when, because they're usually pennies. That being said, these are the must-buy trainers if you're going to just, chill. Artisan, very good. Charm of Courage, very good. Both the Frost and Tundra or whatever, or Desert Land, I don't know the stadium names in English, but both of these cards are very strong. Iono is going to be a staple in almost every deck, I think, moving forward. 4 ofs and Gardevoir list as well. I keep forgetting that some of you youngins have not been playing since Super Rod and Super Energy Retrieval have been in the format. So if you guys don't already own this card, pick up 4 copies of them. They're both really, really strong cards. I don't think you'd ever play 4 of Super Rod, but just pick it up anyway. 4 Jet, 4 Luminous, 4 Reversal, and 4 Therapeutic. All of the energies are very strong in their respective rights. I think all 4 of them are very unique in what they provide to the format and what decks they help out. And I think moving forward, these are 4 very cool energies that I would like to see. So that concludes our must buys. If that's all you were here for. Hey, you got your competitive picks. You got your Rahul's certified thumbs up. These cards are going to be good at some point. Here's my spicy pickups. This goes without saying, the Under Evolutions are also good. The Tropius can be played in Lost Box. I think it's a very interesting card. Abomasnow can also be played to stop your opponents from healing. A very interesting card. Chi-Yu, I think, is okay as well. I don't know if it's good. That's why I just want to put it here, because I pick up a couple copies, but I don't think it's like super playable until we get at least one more Fire Acceleration card or something of that nature. I think Slowking is really cool with the being able to get any 2 cards and put them in your hand with the attack. But again, 2 Psychic is hard to power up. Then we have Miss Magius, which says, I think, move an energy from your opponent's active to a different Pokemon and you evolve it. So a little bit of a control-y card, but I don't think control's in a great spot. I don't know why the Mimikyu is inverse, but it has Safeguard, so I think it's good. All of the flights of Unity cards I have on here, I grabbed as many as I could remember, but they all are very mediocre because they just lose to Lost Box right now. And I think until Sableye rotates out of the format, it's going to be very difficult to justify playing this deck. Copper Raja EX has been actually having some success over in Japan, in Lost Box specifically, actually, which is very interesting to me. So I wanted to see, maybe I picked this Copper Raja up. A couple copies, 2 copies seems pretty reasonable. And just, maybe see why it's good. Noivern EX has also been having success over there paired with Arceus and like Regidrago and stuff like that. So, maybe there's some merit to it. Maybe I want to pick it up, see how it does. It doesn't seem like it'll cost too much. These cards are not like chase cards. People don't really simp over Noivern and Copper Raja. Clavel, the Drone, a lot of these supporters, Grusha, Giacomo, the Stadium, these are all like very mediocre. Like these are like honestly pretty bad in terms of like what they offer. But you never know when you need to play a 1-of somewhere here or there. So I would just pick up 4-ofs anyway. Just, why not? I don't want to sit there and have to go to the vendors and be like, hey, do you have a copy of Grusha? And all they have is like a full art Grusha, and then I have to spend like $40. So don't want that to happen. So I'm going to pick them up anyway. But these are all pretty bad, honestly speaking. Here are my It's a Trap, which, these cards are just really, really, really bad. I just would not buy them unless, like, for some reason they spike. But I don't think any of these will be expensive anyway. There isn't too many traps in this set, I think, because it's still early base set building blocks of Scarlet Violet, so we don't really know what's bad yet still, but I think these are the EX Pokemon specifically that I would not invest in. I think all of these EX Pokemon, Clodsire, Pikachu, Bellibolt, Dedenne, Lycanroc, Quaquaval, I think all of these are cards that are just very mediocre across the board. I think they don't actually offer too much to the table. And I think long run, you're just going to be like, why did I buy these cards? These kind of suck. The Clodsire is the only one that I could see not making this list, but everything else is like really bad. Like they're all just like really bad cards, like bulk level of cards. So I just wouldn't buy them. That being said, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of content, and I will peace out, and you'll see me on the next set for another buy list.